The Golden State Warriors find themselves at a crossroads that could define their championship aspirations for years to come. While the basketball world watches Jonathan Kuminga's contract saga unfold, a new wrinkle has emerged that could reshape how we view this team's immediate future. Malcolm Brogdon's name has resurfaced in Warriors trade discussions, and this isn't just another offseason rumor mill creation. According to NBA insider Jake Fisher, Golden State's interest in the veteran guard runs deeper than casual speculation. The Warriors were reportedly considering Brogdon during last season's trade deadline before ultimately acquiring Dennis Schroeder, and that interest hasn't wavered despite the changing landscape. Let's be honest about what the Warriors are dealing with right now. After a season that can only be described as a roller coaster ride, they managed to secure the 7th seed in the Western Conference and showed flashes of their championship DNA by advancing past the first round of playoffs. However, their 4-1 series loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the conference semifinals exposed some harsh realities about where this team currently stands. The elephant in the room remains Jonathan Kuminga's contractual limbo. This situation has essentially frozen the Warriors' offseason plans, creating a domino effect that's preventing them from making the moves they need to stay competitive. Every decision they make moving forward hinges on whether they can resolve the standoff with their young forward, and it's becoming increasingly clear that both sides are ready to move on. Enter Malcolm Brogdon, a player whose career trajectory perfectly aligns with what the Warriors need right now. The 2016-17 Rookie of the Year has carved out a reputation as one of the most reliable veterans in the league. Someone who can contribute immediately without requiring significant adjustment time. At 31 years old, he's in the sweet spot where experience meets production and is $22. $5 million contract represents solid value in today's inflated market. Brogdon's most recent stint with the Washington Wizards was limited to just 24 games, but the numbers he put up during that time tell a compelling story. Despite being on a rebuilding team with limited support, he maintained his efficiency and showed he can still impact winning basketball. His ability to score from multiple levels, facilitate for teammates, and provide steady defense makes him exactly the type of player championship contenders covet. What makes Brogdon particularly intriguing for the Warriors is his versatility. This is a player who can seamlessly slide into multiple roles depending on what the team needs on any given night. Need a reliable scorer off the bench? Brogdon can provide that. Looking for someone to start alongside Stephen Curry in the backcourt? He's proven he can handle that responsibility too. Want a veteran presence who can mentor younger players while contributing meaningful minutes? That's been his calling card throughout his 9-year career. The fit with Golden State system seems almost too perfect. Brogdon's basketball IQ and decision-making ability would complement Curry's offensive brilliance while providing the kind of steady presence that championship teams require. His defensive capabilities, while not elite, are certainly adequate for a team that prides itself on team defense and smart rotations. But here's where things get really interesting from a strategic standpoint. The Warriors have been hesitant to make major moves until the Kuminga situation resolves, but acquiring Brogdon could actually help expedite that process. Having a proven veteran like Brogdon on the roster would give Golden State more flexibility in how they handle Kuminga's future, whether that means trading him or finding a way to make the relationship work. The Western Conference landscape has become increasingly competitive, and the Warriors can't afford to stand still while other contenders are making aggressive moves to improve. Adding Brogdon wouldn't just be about acquiring talent. It would be a statement that they're serious about maximizing their championship window while their core is still playing at an elite level. From a financial perspective, Brogdon's contract represents reasonable value for a player of his caliber. In an era where role players are commanding massive salaries, getting a proven contributor for $22, $5 million feels like smart business. The Warriors have shown they're willing to pay luxury tax to compete for championships, and Brogdon's salary would fit comfortably within their existing structure. The Wizards, meanwhile, would likely be motivated sellers if the right offer came along. They're in full rebuild mode and would probably welcome the opportunity to move a veteran contract in exchange for young assets or draft capital. This creates a potential win-win scenario where both organizations get something they value. What's particularly compelling about this potential move is how it addresses multiple needs simultaneously. The Warriors get veteran leadership, backcourt depth, and proven playoff experience. They also get a player who can contribute immediately without requiring a significant learning curve or adjustment period. In a league where chemistry and continuity matter enormously, adding a player like Brogdon could pay immediate dividends. The timing of this pursuit also makes sense when you consider the Warriors' championship timeline. Stephen Curry is 36 and still playing at an MVP level, but everyone understands that windows in professional sports don't stay open forever. Every season becomes more precious, and every move needs to be evaluated through the lens of maximizing their chances, while their core is still elite. Draymond Green's leadership and Klay Thompson's shooting provide the foundation, but adding a player like Brogdon could be the difference between another early playoff exit and making a serious championship run. His experience in high-pressure situations, combined with his ability to make smart plays when it matters most, represent exactly what veteran-laden teams need to succeed. The defensive end of the floor is where Brogdon could really make his impact felt. While he's not going to shut down elite scorers, his positioning, basketball IQ, and team-first mentality would fit perfectly within the Warriors' defensive philosophy. Having another player who understands rotations and can communicate effectively would only strengthen what's already been a solid defensive unit. As we wait to see how the situation develops, it's worth remembering that the Warriors have built their recent success on making smart, calculated moves that address specific needs. Adding Brogdon would represent another example of that approach. Identify a player whose skills and experience align perfectly with what they're trying to accomplish. The question now becomes whether the Warriors can create the necessary salary cap space and assets to make this deal happen. With the Kuminga situation still unresolved and other roster decisions looming, there are several moving pieces that need to align for this to become reality. What do you think about the Warriors potentially pursuing Malcolm Brogdon? Would he be the right addition to help push this team back into championship contention? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for all the latest Warriors news and analysis. This offseason is far from over, and every move could be the one that shapes their championship aspirations.